Alright, Anke's back. Get out of here, dude. And get Lander. You for real right now? Eamon, what's up, bro?
Damn, an elephant's pregnancy's worth.
Oh, is it 14 months for that? I didn't know that. Hello. I guess Canada's new bridge to Detroit actually opened. Oh. I didn't even know there was a bridge being made. How big is the bridge? Hi, everybody. What's weird, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, because I don't think I can be as energetic as I possibly can today, my voice is not fully healed still. I didn't even talk much last week, and I've noticed my voice is still a little bit raspy.
Another month.
So, Ants, how you doing? Yeah, it just hasn't healed fully, but I feel completely fine. I don't know what it is. I guess we'll have to deal with it. I'm probably gonna, if it doesn't get better in the next few days, I'll have to go into a doctor or
Welcome
something.
back, smiley face emoji.
I'm in it, round 2? What? Minerals, thank you so much for the prime. Ants, thank you. XM, thank you for the sub. Appreciate you, dude. I washed my hair today. I did something a little different with the shampoo. I used different shampoo, and I used different conditioner, and it turned out so good. I think it is the water, though, guys. I'm pretty sure it is. I ordered one of those, what are they called again? You guys told me to buy it. Those things that remove the, oh jeez, I'm drawing a blank. The hardness of the water softeners. So we'll see how that turns out too. How you guys all doing? Need some positive energy today. One of my kids says, oh shit, fire. Positive energy, we're not gonna think about anything today. Shower filter? Yeah, one of those things you like plug in on the top. So, yeah, positive vibes today. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm not gonna get into details. My day has been stressful for reasons outside of keyboards. So I need you guys today, more than you guys might want to hang out here. I am the one who actually needs you guys today. Good evening, Keep Folk community. Welcome back, Alex. Hope you had a nice break. I didn't actually have a break. I'm sorry, guys. I promised you guys I would not look at work stuff. I ended up doing work stuff. So, is what it is. Bro, I need to get stuff done. But you know what? I got all the stuff I need to get done. And I'm back to being on track for things. I'm in a way glad that I decided to take the week sort of semi off. Because if you guys aren't aware, all the mantas came in. So the extras, and it was a lot of organizing and QCing, which took a few days. So, thank yous. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the prime. Also, Cortana, thank you so much for the well wishes, or welcome back wishes. I've been fighting with customs all day. They don't want to release my keyboard because it's shipping from Malaysia. What does that matter? What happened? I'm on my way to pick up Hammerhead. I am jacked. Wait, did you get like a U set, or is it a new set? Did you put mine aside for me? I'm sorry I did not. Hi Alex, good to see you back. Hi chat, hope you had a wonderful week. Yeah, I mean it's been nice. Like I can't complain. I'll tell you guys, I ended up working most of it. However, we did spend some time outside, which was nice. I got a little bit of a sunburn, which I'm nervous to show you guys because it's gonna make fun of me. And then we did do some other stuff, some like date night stuff, I guess. Emerson, thank you so much for the prime. Appreciate you. I also shipped out a lot of the giveaway orders this morning. There's only 3 left that I need to ship out. I have them right over here. I am waiting for boxes. I ran out. Did not realize I was giving away so many things. Hi Oz, how you doing? Ardang, thank you so much for gifting a sub. Thank you, dude. But yeah, it's been good. I can't complain. Like,
Rang5 gifted a tier 1 sub to Brandon 5519.
Indeed. Alex went from the white Alex to Alex the Gray. How are you supposed to save Middle Earth now? Was I supposed to save anything? Hope your day gets better from now. I thank you, Dream. Appreciate you. The guy says this guy said he's back. What's up, Ad? How you doing, man? How are you? Yeah, it was a very long week. Very, very long week. I did, man, I feel like I did way too much last week. But you know what? Back into the rhythm today. Also, I reassembled my Yogurt S schema. God, dude, I gotta say, I fucking love this thing. I think not typing on the Yogurt S's for like a week made me switch back to this, and now I'm just like, holy shit, this is the best. How's the Pal World coming? It's been fun. I don't think I'm like in love with the game. I think there's some parts of the game that feel way too grindy. Yogurt S is the GOAT. They're so freaking good, dude. Yeah, new cable. Changed it out today. We got the X-ray cable from Wired In. Alu plus purple is crazy sweet. Dude, I've been loving this combo. I like the purple keycaps. I think it actually does the setup justice. I kind of want to do green, though. I'm not going to lie. If it's too grindy to change the world settings, I probably should. Thank you, Austin. I think this is actually CF, is it? I'm pretty positive this is carbon fiber. Speaking on Wired In, very excited to hear your thoughts on Sonoma later this week. Yes, on the 31st. Oh no, this is PC. This is a PC plate. Corn with Yogurt S's? No, I didn't watch that. Yeah, new USB-C cable and... Actually, I guess there's not really an end here. I was thinking about actually taking off this desk pad for a little bit. I want to reset my desk a little bit. Wired In has some cool projects lately. I mean, Wired In has very design-first products, which I actually really like. Like these cables done with Matthew, I think turned out really, really nice. The clear cable looks great. Like, I really like it. Oh, but yeah, we're gonna be looking at the NAJA, is it NAJA or NAJA 68? It's a HE build that I'm gonna put through the paces. It actually came in at a very interesting time because I was playing around with some other, I won't disclose what they are yet, but I was playing around with some other HE switches that someone made, and they're this really cool like HE switch with this like faux, I guess I shouldn't say anything, huh? I guess I can't. I didn't sign anything, but I promised them I wouldn't show you guys yet. Someone designed like an HE switch with this like really cool internal mechanism. I won't tell you guys what it is until they're ready to release it, but I was playing around with it today, and they don't sound like identical to MX switches, but they're pretty close, I would say. Pretty close. I think there is one thing that I feel like with HE that I feel like would be better. I think it's the way that it interacts with the PCB. I think there's no way around it. Is that the AK compatible see-through one? I'm pretty sure it is, yes. Literally just ordered a couple of Lindy cables from Wired In. I like Lindy cables a lot. They're one of my favorites. Dude, I got a story for you guys. So, there's been, I don't know why this week has been so confusing with duties and stuff, duties and taxes. But on Friday, I got a keyboard in, and this is to Canada, mind you, okay? So this wasn't even from the United States, just so we can get off the table. UPS, usual suspect, UPS. They dropped it off, and I thought, oh wow, I didn't get invoiced for anything. I look on the box, and it says collect on delivery. I guess the guy was supposed to collect on delivery, but he said fuck it and dropped it off at my door. I brought it in, and I'm like, fuck, how much is this? I take it out of the pamphlet, and it was for $390 Canadian. And I'm like, what package even is this? It was for UPS equals usual postal. It was for a keyboard that was a sample for something that I didn't even ask for. It was just sent to me. And yeah, so I'm still ongoing with UPS to try to figure out why it's $390. They labeled the product on the paper as $150 US. So I have no clue why I am in the whole $390. But I'm not going to be paying it until I figure out answers. Once I figure it all out, I'll show you guys all the line items, because there's like, I'm exaggerating here, but there's like 20 line items of why I'm being charged the number that I'm being charged. So it's been very confusing. Love that keycap holder. I got a new desk on order with a walnut and resin. Oh, did you get the ones with like the resin down the center? Those are always so cool. But yeah, $390. $390. It was fun looking at that number. All right, though, guys. Should we open up the keyboard? I'm so excited. I've been actually typing on this all week. Oops. This has been my main board all week. I'm not gonna lie. All my work, I've been using the EC Lily. I do love this. It's really nice pink. Have you tried the new Bison HE switches yet? No, I haven't. I have a bunch of HE stuff that I'm gonna do one of those like not top, but like blind tests again for HE stuff. Is that all the duties or just 2 from the US? Oh, for what they charged me? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I have no clue. Like, none of these charges make any sense. Well, fuck. I feel like, I don't mean to be complainy, but UPS has this really scammy tactic they do in Canada. And I think it's in the United States as well. But what they do is they drop off a package, okay? They don't tell you what the duties are.
Hammerhead acquired. Far all can punch.
Thank you. But they don't tell you the package. They don't tell you anything, okay? What they do is they drop it off, and because you accepted it, you now owe duties. So, I think it's not by law. Maybe it is by law, but you're supposed to be told you owe this money before you accept the package. Can you just play dumb and you didn't get it? They take pictures nowadays and scan everything, and a lot of it's pictures, but... Anyways, FedEx is the same thing. FedEx is even worse for it, but at least FedEx duties make sense. I haven't been, like, ripped off by FedEx yet. But yeah, that's really it. It was a week of kind of just chilling. Just doing work behind the scenes. After stream today, if you guys are interested, I'll show you guys a few of the mantas. I think Bull might have already showed you them, but I'll show you like the blue one and the white one, if you guys are interested. But for now, let me get the board. Ooh. Where'd I put the board? Right here. Wait, that's not it. Where the fuck did I put this thing? Bear with me, everybody. Spider-Man this week, Alex? Man, I don't know. Honestly, like, movie etiquette right now is pretty bad. Hold on one sec, guys. Where did I stick this box? I literally had it before stream. Movie etiquette's like really bad right now. And I feel like every time I go to the theaters, I get upset. Here it is. Found the box. What do you mean movie etiquette? Here's an example. I went to go see Spider-Man last time, the last premiere, and there just are people talking and people on their cell phones, people who get up, cause like, they're just like not fucking quiet, like they're not polite. Like, I don't know what it is, dude. I think like, I want to say like the catalyst for this is like after COVID or something. I have no clue what the catalyst was, but it seems like people who go to movie theaters like don't want to be there, which makes no sense because you paid to be there. So I don't get it. I really don't. The worst one I think was we went to go see Doctor Strange, and it wasn't even a premiere, and there was two incidents in which made the movie like really annoying. The first like 15-20 minutes, there was two younger kids on their cell phone recording the movie to put on their stories, which is like, I don't know, proof that you're at the movie theater. Like, who cares? But yeah, very disruptive because all you see is bright screens. I have no clue. And then the other one was there was two people talking. I guess they were on a date, and he thought it was like the best opportunity to flirt with her during the movie, and she was just not having it. But it's just like, yeah, everything's like weird behavior. Like it's not even like movies are cheap anymore. You're paying like an arm and a leg to get in there. So I don't get it personally. This just arrived, by the way. It literally arrived like an hour ago. I'm actually kind of excited for this one here. The box is really cool. So this is from Ticktype. I paid $45 for it. Yeah, dude. For the, you talking about the movie? To get it? I've been seeing people having really bad experience going to IMAX. Also, people are flipping IMAX tickets, which I think is like absolutely insane. All right. This is Ticktype's latest keyboard, the NAJA 65. They did send this over. They said I can keep it. We'll probably end up giving it away to one of you guys, but it is going to be sponsored. But yeah, this is their new keyboard. It's a fully pre-assembled keyboard. This is gonna start off at around $199 US. It's interesting because they've made their own switch, and this is tray mount, which is kind of bold to do something tray mount at this point in time, you know? But they do have pretty good specs for the overall board. Like, it does have a low front height, stuff like that. We can go through it all, and we will go through it all. But it's exciting because Ticktype, which is kind of, I guess, not so much parted ways from Owl Labs / QK, but it seems like they've taken a lot of good notes from Owl Labs / QK. And I'm excited to see this. It is more of a gamer-themed, I guess, design, but it doesn't seem like something that's, I guess, ugly in that sense. But yeah, it should be interesting. We'll go through all the stats of this. Tommy Texters and Susie. Dude, that's what it was. Susie Seat Kickers. But yeah, this is Ticktype's newest project, which you might remember them from some of the other projects that they've done, which were pretty good. Like, I think the last one they did was was it the DP104? Was that Ticktype? Oh, let's open this up. Oh, by the way, I think it's also very, very fair to mention today too, guys. Ticktype has the Evo series and the board. Yes, this is the board that goes toe to toe with the Heisen, if I remember correctly. This will probably stack up very well against the Heisen, which was really cool. I think a different theme though. But for anyone who's wondering ahead of time, why would you ever want to use magnetic switches or Hall effect switches? The answer is simple. If you want some extra customization on a software level without having to physically change things out. So I think there is still a lot of validity around using Hall effect stuff. If you are someone who's like, I do not like the sound profile of Hall effect, I would say this is probably going to start off very rocky for you, because I have yet to really try an HE switch that still doesn't sound like HE. You know, how am I allowed to stream in 4K? I have no clue. It does it on Twitch, so I haven't argued. He's famous, please. So are Ticktype and EvoWorks separated or the same thing? I think EvoWorks is just a sub-brand of Ticktype, or just some sort of like brand of Ticktype. Love your content, been binge watching for weeks. How do we get entered in your giveaways? The giveaways? We're all done now. I might do one more giveaway, which I have to set up still. But we're going to wait till next week to do that. I'm going to start off the time off with a new giveaway. But I'll let you know, but it's going to be on stream, usually or just on Twitch. All right. Personally, I like my ADHD for gaming, but typing, oh my god, I hate it. Have 2 keyboards in the house for it. Really? I feel like some boards are not bad
able to do all the
for
fun Hall effect features with one of Cipilot's Depri PCBs, but having them off because they don't matter.
Well, I mean, yes, you could technically use a Toper PCB for some of that stuff, but it's also very expensive versus getting into HE. Box, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate it, dude. No, we didn't give away anything else past the Molly. I'll have something else to start off next week to give you guys. And then I have some other things that we're going to be giving away. So I'll keep you guys all in the loop. All right, let's open this up. Actually, you know what? Let's first go through the website. I feel like that's maybe the better answer right now. Hand-looped HMX Gamer Fuels sound great. Yes, I also think that's a big positive. If you guys are hand-looping your HE switches, you're already doing it right. Already doing it right. All right, let me go through this with y'all. Oh, wait, I don't want to look at this one. I want to look at... They have two different web pages, which makes no sense for their board. They have one for the gray and one for the silver. So I was reading them today, and I'm like, why are they making this so confusing? All right, so this is the Ticktype NAJA 68 HE board. I don't know what color we got today. I think it might be silver. But here are some of the stats. A lot of the gamer stats. A lot of this stuff, honestly, you probably won't give a shit about. Let's be real here. But it does have low latency, which is probably the best thing about some of the HE stuff for a lot of people. It's going to tout, on full aluminum build, which I feel like a lot of boards these days are full aluminum, so it's not really a big talking point. They have their own HE switches.
Wowie, 21 awesome months.
Thank you, Flick. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you. They're saying it's polished. We've seen polished switches before. It's nothing new, but it is nice to see. It's cool to have that. And then we have 8K polling rates. Again, I want to be completely upfront with this. 8K polling rate isn't really a big selling feature to me. I feel like there is a very subset of people who might use 8K polling rate for things. I typically set all of my stuff that isn't wireless to 1K, and it's fine, sometimes 2K. For wired, you can put it at whatever. Know that some of this stuff does, if it's wireless, drain batteries, and on another note, it can technically make a little bit of a performance difference on your PC. So keep that in mind too. Again, low latency. I think the stuff that we're more interested in is going to be more towards the bottom right here. 6-degree typing angle, ultra low front height of 18 mil. 18 mil is great. We don't get to see a lot of gaming keyboards with 18 millimeter. That's fantastic. They also have their own webware, which I obviously I didn't plug in the keyboard, but I was kind of looking at some of the tour of the webware. It's very basic. Very, very basic, but like in a good way. But yeah, we'll go from there and we'll take a look at the keyboard now. Polling rate is definitely not my gaming bottleneck. Yeah, I think people put too much stock into their gear sometimes, when a lot of gaming is really kind of just repetition and learning. So the vinyl record artisan is so freaking cool. It is. You gotta be a robot to notice the differences. Yeah, and I guess from like personal experience, I was playing competitive Overwatch for a while, and I know that's not like Valorant or CS, but when I was playing it, I was fooling around with a bunch of different HE keyboards, a bunch of different even mice that had different polling rates. I can tell you right now, none of those really made the largest difference. The only thing I can really say is if you are using the best gear, I think mentally, when you screw up, you can only realistically blame yourself. It's hard to blame the gear that has all the latest features when you just suck. So it is, I guess, a way to deter some of the I hate my mouse, it's my mouse's fault, After the latest routing update for my 80 HE, I get double clicks on some keys, get on HR silent switches. Oh, really? That's not good. You don't want that. I've been having some problems with one of my HE boards too. It's been like triple pressing, but I've noticed that it just keeps resetting all my actuation points. I was genuinely at my gaming prime when I was playing with cheap peripherals, without a doubt. Yeah, it's repetition, you know what I mean? Hi, hi, I understand. How are you? All right, what are we getting here? We get some extra switches, a braided cable. Actually, this is not a bad looking braided cable. Thank you,
Alexotos.
crown. I appreciate, or clown rather, a crown too. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate the 31 months, man. Okay, I'm just trying to avoid this question, guys. I was a Moira main, all right? Moira was, whenever I play it, I'm Moira. That's who I rank with, okay? If I don't get Moira, I play the girl with the, oh jeez, I don't remember her name. The girl with the daggers that heals. But Moira is my main. No, I don't play Torb. I think Torb's kind of ass. I'm not really, Kiriko, yes. I think Torb's kind of ass. So nice. Crummy, thank you
G's
so much
for
for the
Crummy
tier
gifted
1.
a tier 1 sub to clownfish_og.
You look like a Moira main? Oh, what the heck? I suck with Anna. I'm not good with her. Mei is the best. When I go DPS, I actually just play Soldier. I think Soldier is really good. Like, freaking love Soldier. I think if you know how to play Soldier, you're good to go. All right, and then what else we got here? We have an extra keycap, and I think those are feet. Actually, there was one thing I read in I have a bunch of notes we're gonna go over, by the way. This is gonna be a more formal review, in case you guys aren't aware, because I try to be very formal with gaming products. So I have a bunch of stuff I'm gonna go over. What's this? Oh, just some like warranty cards. Man, I can't even get this out. I like this typeface. Is it just me? I think this is really cool. Is Soldier the most beige pick possible? Bro, I can't win with you guys, ever. Also, I really like when boards include this, by the way. Who else am I supposed to pick? I'm not very good at DPS. I've only ever been good at healing in Overwatch. Oh, jeez, my camera's going crazy. Ticktype boards are some of my favorites. I own a bunch. I want to see two things from them mainly. Options for non-flex cut PCBs, which I actually don't think this has, by the way. I think we're going to be good with PCBs for this particular one. I do like Ticktype quality of stuff. I will say. Okay, my camera hates this. It's okay, camera. You can stop freaking out now. The inclusion of a hard shell at $199 is really nice too. Ooh, I do like that they sent us the silver one. Oh, Gargle, you don't have to apologize. There is nothing to apologize. The customer service and customer support. For which story, Atomic? I haven't had to obviously like deal with their customer support because I haven't really ever need to contact them past like content creation stuff. But how do you find it? Is it not good? These are all great talking points too. All right, so this is definitely competing with the Heisen. I can tell you right now, visually I prefer these keycaps.
Walruses and giraffes went to war over who controlled the mean streets of the Portland petting zoo, but agreed to settle their beef with a winner-take-all fashion show instead of violence. Who rules the runway, the Tusk Mafia or the Long Neck Crew?
I kind of feel like the Tusk Mafia. I think so. Okay. Visually, let's give this an inspection. I can tell you right now, this is, I guess, kind of competing with the Heisen, but also very different. Typing angle-wise and front height-wise, this keyboard makes a world more sense to play games with. The Heisen made no sense. 0 sense. I have no clue why they decided to go with that typing angle. Dude, Gargle, I use the Heisen. I'm not trying to like, bash it or something, but I use it pretty often just to like rotate through HE stuff. I find that typing angle to be really distracting to me. It looks great though. It's a great looking keyboard. I would say like it looks better than this keyboard for sure. And again, preference based. This is a very preference based taste. But yeah, it's really hard for me to use. But this is a lot more gamer focused as you guys can tell. It does have what looks to be a smidge of a cherry lip, which is cool. I actually don't mind this side profile. I'm not going to front with you guys. I like exposed screws, so this is definitely winning me. This kind of looks like, you know what this looks like? This kind of looks like one of those utility knives. Like, you know, those like, yeah, Leatherman, for sure. It kind of does. I'm glad I'm not the only person who thought that. So this is neat. The back of the board's not bad either. Spot on. It does, right? And then the bottom. I actually think the bottom's not too bad. I don't really understand this whole like Band-Aid thing over here. This I'm not a big fan of. Like visually, I'm just not a fan of that. You can peel this off, which is nice. I've been liking this accessory from people here. And we do have some feet. Now, these feet are interesting because... Okay, I gotta like read this to you guys. They were touting these feet on their website as... Where's the thing I read about this? They are patented shock-absorbing foot pads. And I kind of interesting what they did. All right, it is kind of neat. It kind of looks like one of Mode's lattice blocks put as a foot. Which, you know what? I know this seems really silly. I'm actually interested to see if this would make a difference. You know what I mean? So, it is kind of a weird thing to kind of tout, but like, also interesting. Very small little thing, but interesting. I don't know for sure if this will be the best board to really showcase something like this, since it is probably going to be kind of drowned out by other foams, but interesting. But yeah, visually, it's a bit busy. It's a bit of a busy looking keyboard. Again, if you guys are into this kind of stuff, so be it. I actually think the top face of the keyboard over here, this little corner, this little blocker, is the weakest point of the keyboard visually. This seems a bit cluttered over here. I don't even mind this kind of rail at the top. I don't mind it. It's not terrible. But I think this really kills it for me. And if you take that off, I feel like the keyboard cleans up quite nice. Not the end of the world, you know. I feel like if you're buying a gaming keyboard, you probably are going to buy it for its spec list. The keycaps are another one. These are apparently custom-made keycaps for this. I know some people said they don't like it. I actually genuinely like these more than the Heisens. So I'm more into these. I kind of like the blank look almost with the front. You know, will you be receiving a wall hack keyboard? I have no clue. The front-facing Legends, I like them. Yeah, I like them too, Frank. But you know what's weird? The front-facing Legends, little history fact on my keyboard journey, that was my first interest in keyboards. We're getting front-facing Legend or front Legends on keycaps, and I remember going through so many different brands trying to find them. Wallhack keyboard and mouse look really cool. First impressions, yeah, they looked neat. I would like to take a look at it too. The Legends look great, probably because of the font. It's such a great font. Yeah, they did a good job with the typeface here. I like it a lot. It's gamery, but it's like a fun gamer one. Better than some of the other stuff people use. But yeah, now I guess we'll plug it in. We'll do a quick little sound test, and I'm going to be taking this apart and really looking into this board. All right. Great value X-ray. Yeah, I mean they look good. I can't complain about the keycaps. Everything else is, I guess, subject to whether you guys like it or not. Better than the Neosonic font? Oh yeah. You guys think... I don't think it's similar. I think the Neosonic font's a little tacky. My cable matches this perfectly. Ooh, fun starting animation too. Alright, alright. I guess maybe there's profile indicators on top. I'm not too sure. This is also their own switch too, like we mentioned earlier. Yeah, it looks like it. Alright, well let's give this a little sound test and then we'll kind of tear it apart here. I don't hate the spacebar. The alphas are a little bit Hall effect soundy to me. Okay, right away, I actually like how loud this is and clacky in quotations versus some of the competition. I find a lot of other boards tend to go for that kind of like, mid-foamy kind of sound profile. I don't mind this. I do feel like it leans into the HE sound profile a lot. But I think in a nice way. Clocky, it might be clocky, yeah. Are those lights supposed to turn on the top? There's no lights here. These are see-through. It's just these ones. Sounds amazing to me. Yeah, I have to say, like I would for a stock sound profile. I'm actually with Thoughtfather on this. I think this kind of leans in both the worlds in which I kind of like, which I don't mind HE sound signatures, by the way. I don't hate them. I prefer clacky MX sound signatures, and I feel like this has like a little bit of both. Yeah, this is not bad. I can't complain. This is a not bad sound signature. Well, okay. Well, I'll get to why you might be thinking the alphas sound weird, okay? Let me first say, obviously sound signature is a preference. You guys can go on that. The typing experience, very stiff. But there's a reason why. So this is a very, very stiff, solid typing experience. I would say the stabilizers, you know what? I think the stabilizers are pretty solid. Maybe the backspace, I hear a smidge of rattle. Maybe that's the only one I'd want to tune up a little bit. Okay. Maybe, yeah. Just a tiny little bit on the backspace. The rest of them seem good. So, the reason why this might sound a little bit weird on the alphas is because they decided to go with tray mount for this. I don't know why. Maybe it was for stability of the PC. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I know. I'm kind of shocked they went tray mount. I will say though, with the amount of foam and stuff they've stuck in here, at first glance you probably would think this is like a top mount. You know, you would probably lean towards that. So it doesn't have all the bad characteristics of a tray mount, but I am shocked that they decided to go with that. So yeah, that's like, I guess the only, I don't know, like shocker to me, considering Ticktype has made some pretty solid boards with good mounting styles before. Is it the end of the world though? I guess it does affect your sound signature and your alphas a little bit. I would like to maybe open this up, maybe remove some of the foam, see if I can open up some of the sound profile on the bottom. However, again, like if you were buying this with the intention to buy a good gaming keyboard, I think the stock sound profile is fine. I think you're good to go. It sounds a lot better than some of the other stuff I've tried that I've not even streamed because they did not tickle my fancy at all. But yeah, I think the only shocker to me was that. But I'm also guessing it is to keep everything low. So the front profile low, the typing angle 6 degrees. It makes sense why they went that way. It's a little confusing though, because I feel like they could have made a cool mounting style considering they have a bunch of screws in the side, and I would have loved to see them utilize the access to the case here with some sort of cool mounting system. I would have loved to see that. But alas, we don't have that. I do like the side profile. Again, it does give me Leatherman vibes for sure. What do you think of the Icebreaker in 2026? I don't think the Icebreaker is a truly ergonomic keyboard in any fashion. I would pick really any keyboard over the Icebreaker when it comes to daily typing. I think it's a showpiece. It's a, like, what was a conversation starter? The Icebreaker is, I don't think it's a super serious ergonomic office board. Well, okay, let's open this thing up. I'm pretty sure we just have to get access to the screws here. I would not bring the Icebreaker to the office, no. Not at all. This feels so 2010s to me. Is it because of the tray mount? I don't blame you for thinking that. Where is the other screw? Oh boy. It's not, again, it's not necessarily bad. I mean, I feel like tray mount gets a lot of shit. And I've said this with even stuff like the, and I guess to give it very valid criticism right now. I've said tray mount in the past gets a lot of shit. But it gets shit because tray mount can be good if you do stuff like the salvation, if you do stuff that utilizes something with the tray mount. Even if you just, I guess, break contact with the bottom of the case somehow. It's not necessarily an evil mounting style, but it does leave little to be desired sometimes. So, you know, I guess it is what it is. Is there only one other screw in this? There's only 3 screws? I guess we'll find out. How are we going to change the board today? I'm going to open it up and see what kind of foams are in here and see what everything's... I'm going to see how it all is all looking with you guys here. Screw holes in the middle with the transparent keycaps. Very... There's another screw? Oh, maybe right underneath the spacebar. Should be more screws, like 5 total. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4... Should be one more than if you're saying there's 5, I believe you, but... Oh, I see it. We're good. Right there. All right, let's take this apart. We do have hex screws, which is nice to see. So many good HE boards lately, especially... Oh, the Schema HE, not the Manta. Schema is fun too. Thank you for mentioning it. Non-magnetic screws though. Smoge. Screw hole next to the K, I think. Oh no, I think we're good actually. It lifts up. I think that's all the screws. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm mistaken. Or maybe I just didn't unscrew this one here very nicely. Top 1 HE for you. My top HE switch? I don't know. I'm waiting to try the Heron switches. I'm really... Oh, there's one more over here. I'm being patient. I got to sample them in the wing, and now I really, really want to try them in other boards. I did sample in the wing, but I want to try it in something I'm more familiar with. Because I think the wing also has like a deeper overall sound profile anyways. Alright, so how did they do this exactly? So this is just straight... Okay, the screw's just lying straight on this. See what I mean? Like, I think this switch has a nice tonality. Outside of the case, obviously. I'd be curious to see with no foam. These are their own switches. So they made a switch. If you guys want the specs of it, I believe it's all on their web page. But it is their own switch. It's using a thicker spring, 6.55 millimeter travel, optical polishing. So they've kind of developed their own thing in this, which is cool. I don't know if they sell them individually though. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Can't complain. All right, let's take a look at the PCB. Non-adhesive foam. That's good for modders. So yeah, this is a standard 1.6 millimeter PCB with no flex cuts. Let's go. What just dropped in there? Very, very nice. Cool. Sorry, I think I'm getting a call, guys. Oh. I'll just let it go to voicemail. Are the screws in the PCB scaring you? I mean, again, I think we kind of have to like be aware that with HE stuff, this is something you have to have. You know? Can't wait for Kafka to start shipping. It feels like forever now. Hopefully soon. But yeah, PCB is looking good. Can't complain. It's 1.6 mil. We do have our standoffs. We have some silicone under the space bar. We have some plate-mounted stabs. No room for PCB stabs, though. I don't foresee a lot of people taking this apart, but no room for PCB stabs. I would have liked for them to just add it, but I know that would mean the PCB would have to be a bit different in that case. Some traces would have to, you know, go around other things. I did not say rum, by the way. I know I said room. I said a little Canadian, though. And then the only thing I'm not loving is this ribbon cable. I think, again, for accessing your board, it's not the most fun thing in the world, but it is long enough that I don't mind. But all right. Let me actually see what the keyboard looks like when I remove all these screws, since we don't have to worry about taking out all the switches. Oh, this one screw fell out. That's what it was. I think that it does... Sorry. I think that if it didn't have the notch, I think that it would be a GH60 with a daughter board. For this, I want to see my Cloud9 too. Production is taking forever. Oh, I'm sorry if it is. Hopefully it speeds up for you guys. Did you know you can remove the HE standoffs through the plate, but you will only be able to use key snaps afterwards? It does make it feel a lot closer to HE or to MX though. I don't know if, okay, I don't know if I'd recommend that for something like HE. You know what I mean? You need the distance between the plates and the PCB and where the switches sit to be very, very particular. So I don't know if I'd go ahead and remove the standoffs. I do think it's kind of like a necessity when we're doing something like this. You know what I mean? Oh, wrong bit here. Let's take a look. They did put washers on these, which are kind of nice. Nice touch. Oh my god, I'm getting another phone call. Guys, I'm getting like mad spam calls right now. It's actually kind of crazy. It's like the third one in 20 minutes. My bad. You guys did this, didn't you? Dude, it's so bad right now. I've been getting a lot of spam emails too, though. I don't know. Something's in the air this week. Hey, Alex, how you doing, Naj? It's UPS. No, it's not UPS. It's literally like spam calls. I can tell because spam callers here, I don't know why, they use the first same 3 digits of my phone number. Like whenever they're spam calling me or even like my fiance or whatever, we always get the first 3 digits the same. They're trying to reach you about your keyboard's extended warranty. Oh gosh. I signed you up for phone calls. Damn it. Damn it. So it's not just me? No, it's not just you, dude. It's so easy to tell when there's spam calls, too. I got one earlier that wasn't the same, and I actually answered it because I was like, oh, this could be like, I don't know, something business related. And it was a guy answered the call. Was like, hey, I want to talk to you about your Bitcoin investments. And I'm like, who does this work on? Like, who's answering the call being like, oh boy, I can't wait to talk to this guy about Bitcoin investments. Or he didn't say Bitcoin, he said something coin investments. Some sort of, you think it's old? I don't know, man. I can't imagine myself getting older and being like, oh, I can't wait to talk to you about the thing I'm not invested in. I have a reused phone number, so I get like over 5 spam calls a day. Shit. That I never thought about that because I've never had to like change phone numbers in a long time. Hi, Baron. How you doing? So nice.
Sorry joined late. Blue Man to when? Can you source one for a commission build?
I will. Okay. Actually, I need to ask you guys about this later. We'll talk about Manta stuff after I'm done this. Oh god, I have to like I have to sneeze right now, but it's not coming out right now. Oh gosh. Due to my corporate role, my cell phone number is on a website, so I just don't answer calls unless it's a known caller. Squint and look at that bright light. It's not helping. Oh, maybe it is. Hold on. No. I don't know what it is. I feel like I have to sneeze so bad. Okay, let's take this apart. Actually, first let me take out these screws. Alright. Is it going to come out nicely? Keygeek Y3X opinions. I haven't used them at length to the point where I'd be comfortable giving you a recommendation. Wait, why is this so sick? Ticktype. I'm not saying you should have done this, but I would have 100% played on this theme. 100%. This is so cool. This could have been the back of the keyboard. It's a good looking PCB. I'll give them that. I'll give Ticktype this. PCB looks dope. It's only missing the ability to put some PCB stabs in it, but I mean, I think this is a pretty dope PCB. 1.6 mil, no flex cuts, good overall performance, very dope PCB. I love this. This is so cool. Awesome. Radiology themed keyboard is coming along great. Opted for the Wooting 80 HE with a clear case. Just waiting on the X-ray keycaps. Oh, you got your X-ray cables to match? Let's go, dude. There was once a call I received regarding fraudulent transaction on certain card. The only thing is I didn't even have a card from that particular bank. I also get those. I get those all the time. All right, let's take out the foams. Do you guys want to see this board with no foam at all? I'd be curious. We already heard it with all the foams. So nice. Thank you, Destin. Appreciate you, man.
That's a dope PCB. Happy
Yeah, and this
Monday,
is what, a
Alex
steel?
and chat.
Is it steel or aluminum, this particular plate? Kind of flexy, so maybe this is alu? No foam gonna sound so rattly? I don't think so. Fuck, that's a cool PCB. Do you get phishing scams in your shop app? In my shop app? I don't really use the shop app. I ship out a lot of stuff, and it gets really confused with stuff that I ship out, and it's just been really confusing using shop. So I actually don't pay attention to it at all. Ooh, let me sit like this. I sit on my legs even though I really shouldn't, but it is comfy to me. Close up of their own switch here. Oh, got like a hangnail or whatever. I do sit on my legs. I probably shouldn't, but I have ever since I was a kid, so it's just so comfy to me, dude. Best scam call. Wait. Best scam call I got was someone claiming to be a company, but little did they know I work for a company they claim to be from. So I told them to message me on internal chat, and they hung up immediately. Oh shit, that's a good response to give someone. You should get a booster seat. I actually just like the feeling of me sitting on my legs. During COVID, the father of an acquaintance of mine got a call with his son's caller ID recognition on the phone. Oh, was it like an AI thing where they changed the voice and stuff? That's kind of fucking scary. You got to sit on your legs until all the blood flows gets cut off and it high key feels dead, and then you got to sit on there for 30 seconds to let the blood flow again. Yeah, the tingly sensation is kind of crazy. That thing happens a lot in Korea where people scamming with caller IDs. Yeah, that's actually kind of scary. When I used to work at Best Buy, Best Buy was kind of nerve-wracking because we had a lot of older people come in, and the amount of times, it's actually too many times, that I would have to tell people, why are you buying all these gift cards? And them being in a panic was actually kind of disturbing. The saddest one was someone broke down crying because I remember I was working cash that day, and I remember she was an older lady. She walked up with, I don't even know how many Apple, or was it Apple or Steam? It was probably Apple. I looked at her and I was like, who are these for? And I was trying to be friendly about it, you know, as I was looking at them. And she goes, oh, my grandkids. And she was shaking. And she had her cell phone on, but the cell phone was like muted. And I remember telling her, I was like, can we talk for a second? And then I called over my manager at the time, and I was like, we think you're being scammed right now. And she actually was. She had the scammer on the phone with her because they actually instructed her to go to Best Buy, and they just wouldn't get off the phone. Like, they wanted her to go do it with them on the phone. And I remember just sitting down with her and being like, do you really think a government agent would sit down with you while you redeemed Apple gift cards? I worked for Best Buy for 4 years, and this happened often. Given, I think, I don't know, I was only at Best Buy for a year, but one of the very first things they told me when I started working there was how to prevent scams for old people like that. That's like, genuinely, I actually did not mind working at Best Buy. I actually think Best Buy was pretty cool to work at. They do give a shit about people, which is kind of cool. At least the ones here in Canada. I enjoyed it. It was a good time. Are there any Best Buy secrets to get a better deal? There are, but I don't know if it's changed since. Essentially, Best Buy employees... Fuck, this is like inside info. We were told that we had to make like... Not quotas, because they were just minimum wage employees, but like they push the employees to like sell... I forget what they're even called now, but they're like Geek Squad. I don't know, like warranties on like literally everything, memberships or something like that. And I will tell you guys, if you play to the right cards, most employees who just want to sell you, at the time anyways, who want to sell you a warranty or a membership will end up giving you the membership for free, including a discount on the product. That's what we did, at least. And let me tell you, there was so much margin on some of these products that none of us cared. And all Best Buy cared about was the potential chance of someone renewing their contract. But you would just tell everyone, just cancel it when you get home. You know, just remove it when you get home. And they'd end up having a discount, plus they got like extra warranty and shit. So it was pretty good, actually. That's the only secret I remember. I don't know if it's changed since, though. Yep, the best ones were people coming in and wanting to buy the most expensive Apple product and not giving you any information. They try to use stolen cards. I didn't have that happen as much. We did have the old, can I look at it first scam? Which happens so often to the younger kids who worked at Best Buy. They'd be like, can I just look at this Apple laptop really quick? And then usually the younger employees would be like, yeah, sure. Hands over the guy who looks hella sketch with like the Apple laptop, and they just sprint out the door, dude. That happens so often. If Apple disappears, or Alex disappears, we know Best Buy got him. Yeah. Now you can claim something is broken and use a tier of protection to get you a tier return period. Really? I mean, that's good. That's good knowledge to have too. I actually need to go to Best Buy because This is a bit dumb, but also not Best Buy's fault at all. Sony doesn't want to help me. Look at this, guys. Actually, where is it? I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I'll be able to show this on camera. Okay, maybe I can. Let's see if I can get this to show. I don't know if it will. Let's actually just set this to shutter. Okay, I'm going to do my best. Will it show the screen, or do I have to like... Oh shit, this is going to be awkward. Alright, it's not going to show. There is a piece of dust inside my viewfinder. Brand new camera. And it just settled after whatever, and it's between the elements inside the viewfinder. I contacted Sony because it's been 35 days since I purchased it, and they told me it's out of the initial warranty period and to go contact Best Buy. And I'm like, but doesn't this come with like 2 years of warranty? And they're like, yeah, through the place you bought it from. And I was like so irritated because I'm just like, but Best Buy's just gonna fucking send it to you guys. So I'm gonna ask Best Buy. I'm gonna go this weekend, and I was just gonna ask them if I can just trade it out for a new one, because the little piece of dust is super duper irritating to look at. Best Buy warranty is really good though, at least in the US. Yeah, I've never had an issue. Best Buy will probably just end up saying fuck it, they don't want to deal with it, and then just like switch it out. So, if it wasn't brand new, I would say hit up Downtown Camera. I've used them a bunch. Yeah, this is like not even 60 days old, so it's just annoying for a brand new unit. You know what I mean? I hate Sony customer service. Hate them. They're the fucking worst. Sorry for my anger. Because this would be the second expensive product I've ever bought from Sony, and the second time they decide they don't want to help me. So that membership gives you... Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little past it now given, because it's been, like I said, I think it's been about 40 days now. But yeah, I might, if I were to exchange it, I might ask to buy the warranty or something like that. All right, let's put this together now. Let's finish putting this together. I got sidetracked with a tangent. If you continue to renew the membership, you can extend the protection too, that's actually really good to hear too. It's an expensive camera, so. Waiting on your review for the Eclipse. Excited? Yeah, dude, I'm pumped. We have a lot of good keyboards this week. Dyson customer service the worst? In the Netherlands, even seller customers... even seller's customer service immediately say, oh yeah, Dyson is the worst to deal with? Really? I had like not a bad experience with Dyson. At least here in Canada. I mean, imagine if they sold Hasselblad. I actually shop from Best Buy a lot. I maybe should get into some of like their membership stuff. Missing one more.
That reminds me, Alex, what focal lengths do you shoot your keyboard photos at the most?
Where I put the camera? Oh, it is. This is the one I use the most currently. It is a 100 macro lens. Although, if you didn't... I think this is not crazy expensive considering this is a G-series lens. If you didn't want to spend the money on this lens, I would say the Tamron 90mm is very good and very close to what you can get from this. And I prefer macro because if you do decide you want to take something really close, you have the option flexibility to. But I think this is my number one most used right now. I think this has actually been the nicest lens I've used in a long time. And again, it wasn't like terribly expensive considering other things that I've gotten like the photography world. These screws are getting to the stabilizer assembly treatment. I joke. I love story time. Oh yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Let's put it together. I think this chair is driving me up the fucking walls. Okay, maybe it is new chair time. I love macro lenses. Love them. They've always been my favorite, dude. Always been my favorite. I'm gonna leave this like contact breaking sheet here. I might put in the foam afterwards, but let's just see what it sounds like for now. Yeah, I think that's the only Sony lens I'm probably ever going to buy. Sony stuff's kind of expensive for their lenses. I actually think Tamron makes really good lenses. Their new stuff has been fantastic. So I'm going to continue to stick with Tamron because I actually have a few Tamron Sony stuff. And I am like over the moon with my Tamron stuff, so. I'm not sure what to get. The Neo Core Plus costs almost 180 euros. While the Nuxros Craze is 130. Ooh, that's tough. Ooh, that is pingy. I probably won't like this. We probably do need the foam in this. Let me lock it down first. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I kind of like the Neo Core Plus. I think that's kind of my choice. Neo is that much better, to be honest. Yeah, I thought the Craze GB was over. I don't know. Be honest. What did you guys think about the Craze? I was like, I was whelmed by it. I don't think I was like over the moon about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone kind of gathered that from my review, but I think it was a better EC board than it was an MX board. I think for EC, amazing price. Really good entry into EC stuff. Whelmed is perfect. Yeah, I was whelmed by it. I think Craze sounded good, but looked fine. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you there. I think it looked great. Or sorry, sounded great. But I was also kind of like, meh, on the way it looked. Dyson Air Purifier broke. Took literally a year to get a new one and it's broken again? Get out of here, really? Dude, I'm never buying Dyson again though because their products are like terrible. Okay, I already can tell you, I think we need to put foam in this. And this is like the one thing I will say about this board. It sounded great with all the foam. I do think it falls short if you decide you want to go no foam or if that's your preference. Tray mount just isn't going to do it. And I don't even know if it's worth putting on the keycaps here. Probably not. Tray mount's just not going to cut it for like sound profiles for that. Like there's not a lot of density to this board. Let's just go ahead and put the foam on the bottom. Well, if I was them, I would have loved to see potentially some sort of force break per se, but just some sort of system in which breaks the contact between the bottom of the case. You know what I mean? Third-party lenses producers are so good these days. They're like 95% of what the OEM lenses are, often as good as the OEMs. Yeah. Sony has such a wide variety of them too that it's almost, I don't know, it almost feels like pointless to go with the with Sony stuff sometimes. There's very particular lenses that I would probably pick for Sony. Okay. Okay, I think there's one piece of foam on the bottom is very necessary.
I have the Smurf double tapping the solenoid on press. It sounds like toy machine gun fire. If anyone else is interested, the any key via code is HPT_FBK.
I do not like this. Sorry, Gingy, give me 1 second. I'll read your stuff here. On your video, why do HE boards sound so similar to MX? Really? You think it sounds similar? I don't know. I don't think my videos sound very... like, they're very distinct for the HE stuff. I don't think they sound super duper close to the MX stuff. Unless you're talking about some of the customs I've built over the years, then I'd say maybe. But I would say they're pretty different. The only ones that I would say get close to your MX sound profile is not even the Heisen. I think I've used the Heisen at very much length now to the point where I don't feel like it truly sounds like that. Alright. This screw... okay, fuck it. I'm not going to screw in these two on the side. I'll retrieve these here in a bit. Okay. The only thing I don't like about this assembly are these 2 screws in the side. I think these 2 screws make no sense. But let's put this together here and just see what it sounds like now with the foam in the middle taken away. The HE wing was really good. Yeah, the HE wing was also very good too. Ooh, I actually like this a lot more now. Oh, that was not tab. Ooh. Wait, I think no foam in the center, or I guess no foam in the assembly and then foam underneath is kind of maybe the move. Did someone just scream? Oh, did you guys hear a scream? Oh, you know what? I actually think the alphas yeah, the spacebar definitely needs a bit more foam, and I wonder if we can just mod it so it just has a little bit of that foam in it, but I like the alphas, and now I'm kind of the opposite with the spacebar. I still think stock sounded very good, though. I am wondering, though, what if we were to change keycaps? So let's see if removing these silicone bits here opens up the spacebar a tiny little bit. That is one of the downfalls of doing tray. We don't really have a way to open up the spacebar as well as we'd like. Yeah, we'll do something cherry. Or very glassy. I'm wondering if it's the material of this. So let's do some cherry profile GMK, shall we? Let's grab an ABS. ABS, where are you? We'll do Greg. That's a pretty big difference. Do you guys want to see this with all GMK on this? That is a huge difference.
Happy you're finally back, smile.
Thank you, I appreciate it, Taco. I appreciate that. Dude, we'll use Greg. Fudge it. I have it here. Let's just use it. And one of the pitfalls of something like this is you get the aesthetics of these like cool frosted keycaps, which I think is really nice. I think it's pretty. But you do lose out a little bit on sound profile. Like you do get this kind of glassier sound profile with stuff like this. I'm actually curious. I just want to stick a few on the row here, the top row. I wish one of the mods would unban the word Greg. I wish. I was wondering if Geon Raw HE switches are good Hall effect. I like them. Some people hate them though. I think they're fantastic though. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. What did I miss? What did you change? All I'm really changing right now, well, I took out some foam. Ooh, that does sound really good, actually. Is this the move? Oh. All right, well, let's take these all off. I did like Gamer Fuels. If you guys want some of, again, it's not all the new switches, but if you did want some of my opinions on Hall effect, I do have a YouTube video somewhere about it. But I did like it. Yeah, I did like those. I'm pretty sure these keycaps are, I mean, do they even state what material these are? But I'm going to guess they're polycarbonate. Does it say? Polycarbonate. So PC usually sounds very different. Polycarbonate's not always my first go-to for material. It does look cool though. It always looks neat. But yeah, it's never my first go-to. Yeah, it's a bit glassy. Stock keycaps sounded a bit cheap. Yeah, I'm with you guys on that. He's going for Greg. I will say though, their switches that they use for this are very good. I actually really like these switches. Some notes about the board so far, if you guys want some, like, I don't know, what do I think? I think the only, other than visual stuff, which I won't harp on too much because that's everyone's personal preference, I really wish companies, you know, I'm surprised with Ticktype. I really wish we got some variable mounting or just not tray mount for this. I feel like something with a bit of a softer type would have been at least more up my alley, plus make a little bit more sense if you're going for something a bit more modern. Past that, I don't think I have any hard quarrels with this. I would have liked for them to use that, like, I don't know, snake robot thing they had going on the PCB on the outside of the case somewhere. That thing looks sick. All right, let's put some keycaps on though. Oh, and then PCB mount stabs would have also been very nice too. Swap profile. That would have been very, very nice. Dude, that would have been cool if they did something like that evolve. Alas, I don't think we can get something like that. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if I can remember all this off the top of my head. The keycap puller looks sick. Thanks, Oz. It's from, you know when Regalicious pops into chat? He has a business called is it Turnt Wood? I feel bad, I can't remember exactly what it was called now. I'm pretty sure it's Turnt Wood. Nintendo will sue your ass for the green snake. Yeah, they like suing people, those guys. They really do. Turnt Wood pullers, that's what it is. Thank you, Thockfaller. Ooh, I like the stabilizers with this. Again, maybe the switches are doing some very heavy lifting on this. Oh boy, I don't remember where the end goes. I'm gonna cheat. It's okay, it's 1 hour. I had a feeling. Ew, what is happening? Hi, Aim It. I hope you're having a wonderful, lovely day. I have one gaming keyboard in which I have turned into like my main keyboard. It is an older Ducky. Well, I say older. It's the Ducky one that I still use as my main. I put GMK on that. However, I was recently considering switching to something else for my main, but I haven't settled on a build yet because I haven't really found anything that I'm like in love with when it comes to Hall Effect. I'm still going through my paces of I have the opportunity to try so many things, so I'm going to try lots of things. The Kafka is currently disassembled because I was going to use it for a build, but then the people that commissioned me for the build ended up pulling out last second. So I've left it disassembled because I don't know, I guess I have hopes that they're going to want to redo the commission. It sounds a bit silly, I know. The Kafka was really good though. I might try this one here out though for a bit. I usually give all the Hall Effect stuff like its due paces. What I might even do is maybe do a long format written review for this as well. Believe it or not, Greg in silver is actually not a bad look. Guys, I will say this. At least Greg is still better than GMK Star, alright? Star sucks. No one can even argue with me on that. What do you mean Star sucks? Star is the worst out of all the keycap sets. Come on. Is Star the Patrick set? Yup. 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 Taste issue? Okay, there. Why do you have two 6.25Us? One is... Oh, that's a great question, actually. Is one of these not for Greg? Oh, no, one of them is a 6U. What am I thinking? And then the other one is an off-centered. Which I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've ever used an off-centered 6.25U. See how it's not centered? See? I don't remember the last time I've needed to ever dabble with one of these keycaps. I don't think many sets even include this anymore. Like, I think this is very niche. What is it for? It's for when it's off-centered. I think it's for like some old gamer stuff, if I remember correctly. And I think there was some other boards that maybe utilized something like that. But it's like more niche than niche. Yeah, it's some gamer thing, I believe. I don't remember all the details. I had to use it once when I first started doing keyboard stuff. I don't even remember what it was for. That's how long ago it was. But I really don't remember. Why would it be off-centered? Man, these are great questions, everybody. Great questions. I don't know how to answer them, unfortunately. I bought a set off Amazon once and it only had an off-centered spacebar straight in the bin. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was for like a gamer thing or something. Like 99% positive. Did I toss the enter key somewhere? Oh no, didn't I use the enter key for another thing, just as like a troll thing? I might have to go find another enter key. Oh, never mind, it's right here. Alright, so what am I missing? We're missing regular caps lock and then I'm missing alt. Which I don't remember seeing. Well, let's go find it. Is there an ETH when the Mantas will be available for order? I will answer all Manta questions after we're done this build, if you guys want to stick around. Alt is right there. Oh, you're right. It is right there. Spacebar dimensions. Let's see. Is this the off-center one? Is it for old boards? I don't even remember. But I thought gamer boards had it too. Like I said, I really don't remember what I had to use it for back in the day. I really wish more boards offered split spacebar. I'm not a huge fan of spacebar sound profiles. Really? I am glad Wooting did a split spacebar for the gaming one. That was actually a really cool pickup if you guys were interested. Okay, guys, I hate to say it. This sounds a million times better now. I do want to go ahead and take this apart once more and put back the foam in it. I actually think the foam might tame some of the higher end sounds of this. It already sounds a lot better though. Man, I really want to like polycarbonate keycaps. I just can't get behind the sound profile, which is a bit of a shame. It is a bit of a shame. Yeah, the alphas are pretty solid. let's do this. Now to remember where all these screws are. So I guess another point too is like accessibility of this keyboard. Kind of annoying with the tray mount, I'm not gonna lie. Smidge irritating. Because like, where's the last one? I do not remember. Here it is, okay. I think there might have been one more over here or something too. I just can't recall. Oops. And getting these out and fishing these out is so irritating. Why does HE have to be plasticky ping? So I obviously, like, I don't have the means to truly test this, but let me kind of explore this with you guys here in a moment. What I think it really is because there is, yeah, here, now I can show you guys. Because there is no, I guess, way to close the gap with some of these switches, right? Like, no matter what you do, there's always going to be a smidge of a gap underneath. I think there's a bit of plastic, like, I don't know, maybe some transfer of sound that doesn't properly get dispersed into the PCB, right? Because you see on how there's just like emptiness underneath. Normally we would have the really thick part of the leg where the stem sits go through the PCB, so through the FR4. And I'm pretty sure that does help with kind of sound dispersion slash really, I guess, assist in making the switch sound less plastic. Just force break every switch. I would be curious to see if that does make a difference. And it might be really easy to test too. Maybe that's something we can do today for funsies. All right, let me quickly just take these all off and then we'll go from there. These ones are magnetic, which is nice. Just force break every switch. Yeah, maybe that's the answer. What's the difference between tray mount and top mount? Tray mount sits and gets screwed into the bottom of the tray. Top mount gets screwed into the top of the tray, which can help with, again, the way that sound gets dispersed a little differently. Then a force break or less flexible PCB should be the answer. I don't know, because we've definitely seen like 1.6 like today on HE. It still has a bit of an HE overall sound signature, but I will say this, and I don't mean to be argumentative with you guys, but why does HE have to sound like MX? I was talking about this with some friends last time too, and I think it's just like a fun conversation. I think it's kind of cool that it has its own sound signature. Well, I mean, good is subjective. I kind of like that, HE is known for like the deeper, you can call it plastic notes to some degree rather. But I actually think that like it's kind of nice to have variety. I do find there's some HE switches that I really ended up liking, and I do kind of like that some HE switches paired with a little bit of foam have like a really fun sound signature. I do think that if it ended up sounding like MX, I would probably end up being less interested in some of the HE stuff. Only because I don't think I'm like really after at this point MX, or I guess HE switches to sound identical to MX. It would be cool to have one or two switches that did, but I don't think that's like my goal in my HE journey as well, while I'm kind of like trying new things in Hall Effect. You know what I mean? Not quite my goal. I don't think it's like Topper where the unique sound makes it interesting. I think the function of HE makes it unique, not the sound. I think it's a double thing. I think some people might like the foamier sounds of HE boards. The herons were really nice. I did get to try them in the wing. I really liked them. All right. Let's put back some of this foam and let's see what it sounds like with the HE stuff. Or the MX, or gosh, talking too much about that stuff. Let's see what it sounds like now with the regular schmegular. I just noticed there's like cutouts for the stabs here. I wonder why that is. Why did they put cutouts for those?
What I don't understand is why all these keyboards are running away from the paradigms of the custom MX keyboard world, like less harsh mounting styles and acoustically optimized internals.
I don't necessarily think, and it's a good conversation to have as well, I don't think they're running away from it. Like, we definitely, and let's be real here, we see releases from certain people that make pretty big waves for Hall Effect. The Kafka is a really good example. The Kafka gets a lot of, I guess, praise for kind of bringing something a bit more of the MX world into the HE world, while kind of being its own product anyways. At its core, though, I do think HE is still going to always be marketed towards mainly gamer people. I wish more companies would take a page out of Lofree's book and kind of style a keyboard that feels a bit more timeless, opposed to, I guess, I want the keyboard because it's hype right now and I don't think I'd use it forever. Because I kind of feel like that's what gamery keyboards do. And I would classify the NAJA 868 as something like that. It definitely has a bit more of a gamer feel to it, which makes it a bit more, for lack of a better word, maybe disposable in terms of like its looks, its appeal there. Kinda, yeah. Yeah, the Kafka was very unique for that too, because it almost felt like I can use this for two things. Which is interesting, because on the NAJA 68, they market it kind of like Office as well, in one of their little panel things there. And I would like to see this look a little bit more like Office friendly. I feel like HE products are generally built towards gamers and their preferences. I guess my thing is, like, even as a kid playing games, I don't think I ever loved the gamer aesthetic. I always thought it was tacky. But I guess, like, when did gamer aesthetic become all about, like, over-the-top designs? And, like, why did that become, like, synonymous with gaming, and why, like, where did that even start? What was the website that sold keycap pullers? That was Turnt Wood Pullers. I think it's just an Instagram page. Started with Perky RGB. Suppose. Rainbow Vomit? Maybe. Happened the day that gamers discovered the color red. Red makes things go faster though, right? But I think RGB is kind of different with gamer aesthetic though. I personally have no desire for my Woodings 80 HE to feel like a premium custom. Okay. I think there's a difference between premium custom, and I think there's a difference between I want something on my desk that feels a bit more like non-intrusive, like I have to theme my whole desk around it. Or edgy, maybe is a good word. I think my point is just, I kind of think that the over-the-top designs always kind of feel a little bit thrown together, and they don't feel super duper cohesive. Here's a good example of an over-the-top design that I think feels cohesive. The Matrix stuff. I think even Owl Labs, some of their recent products have felt a bit more cohesive, like a bit more thought put into the over stylization of something, you know what I mean? But like Asus stuff, some of that stuff makes no sense. Gravistar, they have somewhat of a theme going on. I have to give it to Gravistar there. But like Asus is just random gamer panels and like lines. Like it doesn't, I don't know, like it never feels like this board is something I want to own for a long time. I guess like when I'm looking for a product, I want it to feel more intentional. But that's just kind of my rant. I low-key like the Gravistar GPU. Gravistar products, like I said, they have somewhat of a theme going for them. SOSAD QK is now more like Matrix at home. I have to say it's kind of smart of them to do that, though. It is smart for them to go down that path. But wooting is kind of subtle. Asus and Corsair scream. Yeah, Corsair is another one that I don't really understand. It's like, I didn't review it because I didn't want to, but I got like an email from like, I don't know, someone who was like on behalf of Turtle Beach. Did you guys see that new Turtle Beach keyboard? That's what I mean by it feels really random and not cohesive. The one with the big screen, yeah. I think Hippio took a look at it. And it's the same price as this. And I would 1000% buy this over the Turtle Beach one. Yeah, like it's just random. Like everything feels like cheap and like you're gonna throw this away one day. Like it doesn't feel like something you'd want to keep. And I guess that's the allure of custom is I kind of like the idea that you buy something for life. Or you dabble with something and it becomes something you genuinely enjoy. But yeah, anyways, that's kind of my thought process. We're all different though. I think that's the beauty of it. There's an uptick in straps on keys since wooting. Oh. Wasn't there like a jacket that was really popular at one point? Parajumper or something that had those straps too? I think they're a bit nonsensical. Back in the day, a Turtle Beach headset made you the coolest kid in school. Did it? Was Turtle Beach ever cool? Alright, let's see how this sounds now. Do a sound test versus the Heisen? I'd have to get it, but do you guys want to hear it versus the Heisen? I don't have GMK keycaps on the Heisen. I have the stock keycaps. For a tray mount, and I feel like this also, so keep this in mind, this also comes with a caveat, you know what I mean? For a tray mount, I would actually say like, yeah, I fuck with this. It sounds good. Like I don't think this is a bad sounding board at all. But it is stiff to type on. You probably won't ever. If you're into top mounts, it's honestly no different. I don't feel any feedback, which is good from the case. I guess if you wanted this to sound a bit more open, you would have to buy something that's going to be gasket mounted. But if your goal is you want something with good tech inside, like I do think they made a really good keyboard with good stuff on the inside. Because if you go through their list of what they're basically selling you on, which is their tech, Ticktype did a good job. I would have loved for them to incorporate something other than tray mount for sure. With that being said too, I think opening up the case, and we'll go through everything, we'll go through the paces of my final thoughts here. I think opening up the case does feel a little bit tiresome. Like I wouldn't want to play around with this too much because it is a lot of screws and it is, you know, memorizing where your screw points are. A little annoying, a little tiresome there. Feels a little cumbersome. Design-wise, I actually do like everything, with the exception of this. I don't like this little band-aid thing. I like everything except for the badge. This little badge thing on the top, I don't know, it just feels a bit tacky to me. the only thing visually I'm not into. I actually even really like the side profile. Reminds me of, like, again, a multi-tool. I think this is dope. I love the exposed screws on this. These feet. I wonder, you know what? Okay. Far-fetched, and obviously I don't really have anything on hand to A/B test this. I wonder if that's why I'm really thinking the tray mount doesn't have a lot of weird feedback. Maybe it is these feet that kind of are a bit more squishy. Because they're built like lattice blocks. I don't know if I showed you guys. I think I did. I wonder if this is helping in a little bit. I would like to see this particular feature on other products going forward. Maybe an MX product so I can better like test it. But yeah, visually I actually think the keyboard looks good. Except for the top. I'm not a big fan of this. Some of the lines on the keyboard don't really make, I don't know, they're not super duper like my thing, but the typing angle of this and the front height, very good. If you guys were wanting something in the gamer world, like, or HE products, and you actually don't mind the design of this, I think you'd be pleasantly surprised with the typing angle and front height. It's 18 mil. It is very nice. I don't think there's much else about this board that screams like unique to me in that sense. Again, the tech on the inside seems fantastic. And I think that's probably going to be your main thing when you're buying something like this. The stock sound profile with the PC keycaps with all the foam was pretty good. I do think in its stock form, no notebook today. I don't think I need one. It's not super duper in depth and detail. I don't think they did anything like inherently wrong. I think I just have thoughts. I do think in stock form, the keyboard sounded better than a lot of Hall Effect keyboards that I've used in stock form. But you know what I mean? Like it's not the best that I've heard. And again, very preference based, so I want to keep that in mind. Like, you could love this and be like, Alex, what do you want about? But it was very good. I think this keyboard leans a bit more to the brighter sound signature, which you can already tell with these switches. And on that note, the switches that they made for this particular keyboard, I actually really like. One of the few stock HE boards that I would probably stick with the switches. The only other board that I actually liked the switches was the Heisen. So I would put this, if this is supposed to go up like and compete with some of the visuals of the Heisen, they did a good job with the switches here. Obviously not as diverse as the Heisen because that's a TMR that uses both MX and Hall Effect, either or. But these, they did a really good job. They're smooth. I like the way they sound. They're nice and loud. They have a bit of a sharper note to them. Good for them there. Is it worth your pickup? If you were in the market for an HE board for $200 that you wanted, I guess, all the bells and whistles of HE without the huge price tags of some of the other stuff, yeah, I'd say this is pretty good. Are there any difference in terms of price? For which one? Sorry, Fairy? Now I'm going to check out the software quick. Again, I already kind of looked at the software. I don't think the software is anything like crazy. What's going on? Did I not plug in the ribbon cable? I see the RGBs going. All right, what's going on here? Hold on a second. What's going on? It was working 2 seconds ago. Gulp. Well, it's powering on, so it must be working, but... Not bad for $200 is their software. If so, what's it like? I'm going to show you guys right now, but let me actually... It's not typing for some weird reason. Nothing I can think of why the power would go on for the RGB, but not the... Oh, that's weird. It's working now. Maybe this cable just suddenly decided to not work with it. I have no clue. Don't go anywhere, cable. All right. Oh, you know what it is? My USB hub. My USB hub's a little weird with stuff that uses RGB. Sometimes it doesn't give enough power. All right, so I believe it's he.ticktype.com. Yes, okay. I'll show you guys the software here. So they have like a demo mode, which I can show you guys, but let me show you right now. So this is the software here. Let's just go into demo mode quick. Or I guess, you know, hold on a second. Let's just load it up. New device. Okay. So pretty standard. We have calibration, we have keyboard stuff, we have rapid trigger, we have RGB effects, key remapping, advanced keys, and profiles, which is kind of cool that we get to pick some profiles here. I'm guessing, again, this is, if I switch, this is a profile indicator. So 1, 2, and 3, which you guys can't see right now, but it's 1, 2, and 3 on these little indicators here, little RGB. For calibration, we have, please ensure switches are properly installed without looseness, so you can calibrate some stuff, which is interesting. Again, very, very standard stuff. So very, very, very standard. Not a bad pickup for $200. Oh, I already read that one there. Ticktype is also a rebrand of whatever Critter Keys collab with ATK, right down to the software Hex 80. Yeah, which again is not like a bad thing, because they went, I believe they went their separate ways. It's not bad software by any means. Very basic, very, very basic stuff. I don't know how they do their layers though. Okay, here. So I guess it's just function. Okay. So again, just clicking these. Okay, that's cool. Advanced keys. So we have Rappy Snappy, Snap Tappy, dynamic keystrokes, mod taps, and toggle keys. Cool. RGB effects. We can pick from a whole bunch of things here. Rainbow chevron, reactive effects, if you're into RGB. Rapid trigger, so you can do all your stuff over here. Like this. You can select all with certain keys. All right. And then actuation points. This is the stuff I normally care the most about, which is on every HE thing. I don't use a lot of the other stuff personally, but some people do. Some people do. But yeah, I'd probably set these a little bit deeper on some of these. 1 mil is a little bit low for me. I like my spacebar to be a little bit better here. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's pretty basic software. And for that, like if I had to rank it something, I would say it passes. It's not as bad as some other stuff that we've seen in the past. We've seen some pretty bad software. I think the only piece of software that I would say, like, well, there's some software that did not work, period, that I've tried. But I actually think Ducky at one point had some of the weakest HE software, despite how much I liked the keyboard. All right, though, guys, I think that's pretty much it for this. Did you guys have anything else we want to talk about for this? Window key at full travel depth to never accidentally act. That's actually a smart thing to do. Pretty smart. Things that make you go, Yeah. Read my last. Let's see. If only you can keep one keycap set, what would it be? It's 8008 for me. Wob is for cowards. I would pick Boneyard. Does that still make me cowardly? I think it does, right? Boring Yard? Why is the gamer cable port usually at the side? Okay, I have a question for you guys. I stopped commenting on this in like a critical way because I don't think it actually matters. But do you guys care critically about, like, I don't think there's anything critically I can say about alignment of USB-Cs, middle, right, or left. It's just there. Like, I don't think that's an objective point. Yeah, I think it's as long as it's not on the sides, which we have seen with right angle cable connectors. I mean, I prefer the middle too, but like at the end of the day, like that's never been something that's deterred me from buying a board. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's preference, right? Like that's a preference thing. I don't think that's an objective thing about a keyboard. Might be for when people tilt the gaming keyboards, USB-C in the middle could interfere with the arm movement. Maybe? I'm not sure. I'm more concerned about the clearance around the port. Yeah, and this has so much clearance, so it's not even worth mentioning. But yeah, when something's really deep and has like no clearance and can't fit all cables, we usually mention it. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's not a huge thing for me. All right, though, guys. Well, I'm pretty sure that's it. I guess I can answer your questions about the Manta now. If you guys had questions, USB port hole is what matters. The chunky USB-Cs don't work on some of the boards. Exactly. Thanks for showcasing, fam. Anytime. I think my closing thought I just quickly want to have about the board, though, is I like what Ticktype's doing. I do feel like it is worth your $200 if you're into it. However, from a custom side and a more customization standpoint, I would like them to use something, maybe if they're going to use tray mount, be creative about it. You know, maybe some R&D into like making the tray mount not just a tray mount, so people can have more diversity with how they build something. You know what I mean? But that's my closing statement on that. But if you guys were interested, it's on Ticktype's website. Ticktype's website. They have, I think, a few days left in the sale. ETA for Manta and how many blue ones? Let me open up my... One second. Shopify. One sec. I'll tell you guys the quantities of a few of them, okay? I don't want to spoil it completely. How many blue ones? Okay, I'll only tell you guys the blue. Let me tell you this. I only have 20 total of all the Manta extras. Okay? There's not a whole hell of a lot. I think Bull has a little bit more than me. But there's 4 blue ones. I have 4. I think Bull has more because I didn't want the blue ones. Price the same as Motorsport? No, everything... So just to give you guys a heads up. Fuck, I don't know what this translates into USD. If I can't USD. It's about $425 just for the case, and then you do have to pick up a PCB and a plate. These are all technically A stock. We actually didn't have any B stock. We recoded all the B stock ones, just so you guys know. So, Dynacap and Medical's housing. I don't have a lot of Dynacaps or Medipulse stuff, but I will for you guys when I get it all. I should be getting a bunch of everything sooner or later, so. Well, I don't have Tangerine. I don't have any of the true B stock ones. Bull might have true B stock, but I ended up picking up from all the leftovers, no B stock. But Bull might have 1 or 2. I don't have any. All my stuff is A stock. Bull got, just so you guys know, the difference between the sales, I guess. Bull got more of a variety of units. I only got some units. For Ticktype, I would say that I would like them to provide customer service and support after purchase. If there's an issue with PCB, there should be communication. You know what? Let me write this down because I'll forward this to them, Atomic. I think this is a good note. I'll just copy paste this over here. I have no Americanos. Here's the colors I will have, okay? Hold on one second. Let me pull it up. White, blue, raw with a stainless fin, silver special edition. So it's a silver anode top with a copper the copper mid piece and a stainless bottom. And then a machinist. One singular machinist unit. That's it. That's all I have. There's not a whole hell of a lot, guys. The only caveat to all of this is there actually is a few pink units. The pink units... Did Bolt tell you guys about the pink units? No? The pink units, there will be maybe 1 for sale, but pink units are mainly going to be for in-person events only. There's not a lot, but that's why there's not going to be. In case you guys are curious, most of them will be for in-person sales only. Is this all on a new platform so they won't oversell? Yes, and it was annoying getting it all set up, but I did it all. 1 of 1 silver with copper. Kind of, it's not really 1 of 1 because like we just didn't have any red bottoms, so like it still existed. It just, we mix and match parts, that's all. Okay, I will show you guys some of the units now. Let me go get them. I hate taking them out of the case, but I'll do it for you guys. So I can meet up with you and buy a pink one? Well, I might have them at the next big meetup. Or maybe I'll have one at the small meetup. Who knows? Why is my camera hating me today? Hello? Focus. Focus on my chair. Show us their unit? I will show you guys. Give me one momento. What number was which again? Nothing's labeled properly. They all have numbers on them. Give me 1 sec. Pinks are this one. Okay. This is my personal ones. I don't mind showing you guys this one. Ugh. I'm keeping 1 for myself this time around. 1. This is the only thing I'm keeping. The only 1 of 1 manta is the one Bull made. Yeah, but it's not really 1 of 1 because technically anyone can dye their acrylic top. It's not like it's a super duper fancy thing from the factory. You can dye it yourself too. It's just cool that Bull has it from the factory, but technically anyone can make themselves. I hear jealousy. Can we get a ban on this crummy guy? Can we please get a ban on crummy? How smoky is this case? Oh, I didn't smell smoke in any of them. I think they aired them out this time around. This crummy guy is exposing me and I don't like it. Bull got a buzz cut? Doesn't he still have his like mohawk? Did he cut his hair? Did I miss something? So wait, what did Bull show you guys? Am I showing you guys things I'm not supposed to show you guys? Oh, he did show you. Okay, then I'm not worried about anything. I don't think this is mine. Mine actually I opened up already. Hold on, let me go find the one I opened up. I think this is just when I inspect it, but I couldn't get in the case nice. One sec. I want to actually like show you guys without the plastic on it. I did open them all up to inspect it. It's a hot pink. Yeah, and it has a pink ano on the bottom too. Fuck, I should have marked the ones that I opened. Because there is 1 unit of everything that I've opened already. Whatever, I'm going to recheck them anyways, so. He showed us everything already? Hush chat? You guys lying to me. You guys joking my asses. You know what, this one here needs to be, the box is destroyed. Alright, 1 sec guys. I see which one it is. Wait, was this one? The floor is made mantas. Yeah, they're all over the floor. Trust me, it was chaos going through everything because I don't really have a large space, as you guys know. So it is a bit chaotic. Is this the one that I opened already? No, this is not. What the hell? One moment. I will find it. There's not many of them, so. I want to show you guys so bad. I should have marked them. Get your leaks right. Well, it's all the same unit. I just want to like open it for you guys. Yeah, they should put a sticky note once I find it. So never mind, I know where I put it. One sec, everybody. Ooh, my back. I forgot I took it out of the box entirely. Just so I remembered where the pink one was that I opened up. I didn't want to open the other two boxes. It's the perfect dipping size? Stop. It's the same box over and over again? I'm not that crazy. Alright, here it is. Here's the pink one. Honestly, I maybe won't try and go find the blue one. If Bull's already showed you all these, I'll just show you the pink one. So it's a light anno pink base with a hot pink, well, kind of hot-ish pink top. Yeah, it's pretty nice, I have to say. The pink turned out really cool. I will actually say this, and I hate admitting this. The blue one does look really good. Even the all white one, I would say, is like pretty hot. It's something that starts with an H and ends in pink. What happened? Oh, highlighter or hot? Yeah, exactly. The blue has a nice sparkle to it, and it has a nice texture as well. They're not like smooth. It's kind of like a nice like grit to them. But yeah, that's the pink one in case you guys wanted to see. So there will be a few of these, like of all the different colors available Wednesday. Did Bull tell you guys that? I mean, I think I told you guys in Discord anyways. Will you ever do this color pink for Schema? I don't know. This was done because, so the story behind this is because Jen, one of our moderators in Discord, she really wanted a pink manta, and we thought it was cool. And there's actually like, did you guys know there's like actual lore on pink mantas? So I think it kind of worked out in terms of like, it's just fun because there is pink manta. There is actual real life pink mantas. Like, it's not like a joke. Like, here, I'll show you guys. There's real pink mantas. So I think it's actually kind of fun that we got a color that kind of matches something IRL and has the same namesake with kind of like a pink design, manta fin. So it is kind of cool. You know what? They might have stainless steel fins. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's the pink one. Here, maybe I'll go with the blue one. Was the goal? What was the goal for that color? Well, we had to think about it like this. We had extra parts, and we wanted to buy all the extra parts and make what we could. So, to tell you guys the truth, this is not like STR came to us and were like, we have pink mantas. They had like, hey, we have B stock X, B stock whatever. We kind of had to say like, okay, what can we make with all these things? So yeah, that was kind of like where we landed with pink, because we knew we wanted to do pink. And then the blue and white ones, because we needed to recoat things. We actually just thought white would have been cool, and blue is something we didn't do, so. But yeah, that's kind of it. Blue and white was shown on Bull's Discord. Here, I'll go with the blue one. If I can find the open blue one, I'll show you guys the blue one. Let's see, what number was blue? 1, 3, okay, this one. I'm like pretty positive it's this one here. Only collect fish. I'm happy to see people have been really happy with the mantas. Okay, yeah, this is the opened one. I'm sure would have. Yeah, he didn't tell me. He didn't tell me one bit, guys. If he says differently, he's lying to you. Is there hella duties to order from you to the States? So, if you guys want a manta and you guys are in the States, please order from Bowl. It's not that I'm not shipping to the States. I did testing to see how much this would cost. It seems like it's going to be in and around, unfortunately, and there's no way around it, guys. I'm not fudging numbers. About $100 to $180 in duties. It seems that the average that I landed on for testing was $120. And that's including shipping, by the way. But there's nothing I can do. This is mainly, I'm like Canadian vendor for this. Bull's going to be American vendor for the Americans. I can get great rates to like other parts of the world. It's just the US. That's it. So if you guys are really wanting one and you guys want to get one through me, then do you. It's not like I collect any of that money at the end of the day. But yeah, there's nothing I can do, guys. Eastern Antarctica, no, I don't. Here is the blue one. Bros, stop it. The bowls are actually pretty cheap. The bowls are $7 for duties. It's the keyboards, because the keyboards are labeled as different products. Tariff codes are different. The bowls are technically an office accessory. They can be labeled as that, but there's no getting around input devices having a different tariff. I often order stuff from Keybay, but if there's a US vendor, I should be ordering from them because it would cost Canadian vendors extra money to ship to the US. No, it doesn't cost us any extra money to do anything. It's just, it's cost you at the end of the day. That's it. No, it's honestly, it turned out really, there's a bit of a texture to it, like I said. It turned out really good. It's a really nice blue. It's very, very it's a very royal blue, but it is pretty. But you can buy the board without a PCB and label it as an office accessory. I guarantee you I would get in trouble for that. But yeah, I'm not... I know you're joking around, Baron. Love you. I'm unfortunately, I'm doing this by the book, guys. It's not like I'm selling a whole hell of a lot of them, but, I don't want to fuck around with, anything. If you guys are from the States, order from Bull. That is pretty much the conversation to be had, I suppose. There's not a whole hell of a lot I can do. Alright. We made these because we thought they'd be fun little accessories to put these silicone pads in. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I don't think we're going to do this next time. Alright. That's pretty much it. Kyogre would look good on this? Yeah, I think it would look good. I threw mine in the trash. We I don't know. We thought it'd be fun to add them. Honestly, it didn't cost us anything really, but yeah, waste of time. Anyways, I hope you guys like the blue. Hope you guys like the other colors. The duties aren't as bad if you're building keyboards, though, because it fundamentally changes the product. No, that's not how that works. If you're in Canada In fact, if anyone's doing this, it's actually not legal. Or not, I guess, maybe legal isn't the right word, but fundamentally changing the product isn't really a warrant to make it Canadian. So a Canadian product needs to have 50% of its value in parts sourced within Canada and made in Canada. So there's no way around that. Originally, there was a lot of, like, when all the tariffs were taking place, when I reached out and asked my rep, they told me I can do that because I was changing a lot of stuff and doing labor in Canada. The actual official answer that I have now is 50% of the parts of the value of the product. So 50% of the value of the product needs to be sourced within Canada. So there's no way around that anymore. It was a lot of confusion while everything was changing. Can't remember, the white one has stainless steel. Yes. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for the stream. Much love. Anytime, guys. I'll be streaming again tomorrow. Let's see. What else is happening tomorrow? I think we're doing... Oh, yes. Guys, tomorrow's build... I'm so pumped up for this. It's a Dolch Seal 80. And I also bought Dolch. So I finally have GMK Dolch. Please, if you guys want something fun to watch tomorrow, please tune in for that one. That one, there's going to be an on-point build tomorrow. So, it's like a limited edition Dolch Seal that they're doing, which is actually pretty cool. Did you actually buy Dolch? I finally did, just for this stream. Hope you're refreshed and ready to go. Oh, absolutely. I'm so pumped up. Alright though, guys, have a good one. I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Let's go find someone to raid. Oh, Gondo's streaming. Sheesh. Yeah, I see that, Anit. He made good PCBs, that guy. Have a great night, everyone. I will see you guys tomorrow. 7 p.m. But yeah, see you guys then. Love you, and I will talk to you very soon. Stay hydrated. Stay healthy. Be kind to everyone. Bye, everybody. See ya.